Hey, you guys, welcome back I say welcome back, but I've been gone for a very long periodical time. However, I brought a guest with me this time. I'm Ty, and my guest name is also Ty, and we would like to welcome you to episode one of our new podcast titled Ty Squared. Say hey to the people, Ty.
Hi everyone, what's up? How y'all doing?
So, we're going to start off and already kick it off with a segment that we're going to integrate into throughout certain episodes. This is titled Otis. And as far as the topic ranges that we're going to be covering, everything from this episode, we just want to keep it light. So we're going to do like some story times and stuff. Our next episode, we're going to be discussing the whole Twitch and Allison debacle. So that'll be a little bit of a darker episode. Um, but we want to try to keep things light, just give y'all a little entertainment, a little commentary. Y'all feel free to comment down below. Let us know if you agree with us, disagree. Be respectful. Be respectful, because ain't neither one of us around too tight. And we don't want you to have to get a squared ass whooping. We don't. We don't. Because we will jump you. Let me stop. We will jump you with knowledge and with classy clapbacks. But I ain't above catching you in the alley though. As long as my livelihood ain't threatened, we good. But at any rate, so with that being said, let's kick off our segment, Otis. It is an acronym for Over the Ignorant Shit. We want to credit Ty for this. We'll also be having a couple more segments, but I do want to credit Ty for that because when I heard that, I was like, Otis, yes, we got to do it. We got to do it. So at first it was going to be the name of the podcast, but I was like, you know what we can do? I'm not going to go with that for the name, but we can do a skit for it. So this will just be skits where we discuss. It could be, random topics. It could be stuff that we thought about while we were driving in the car, or it could be social commentary. Today I'm going to have to tug on Stephen A. Smith mustache just a little bit because this Negro sat here and said, I believe he has a podcast, and come to find out, um, one thing that I've always learned is never think that just because you don't tune into something that everybody else doesn't. Because Stephen A. Smith has literally like I think 3 million followers on YouTube. I had no idea. Um, excuse me. I don't tune into him, but I see him go viral every once in a while, and I have my piece of commentary on that, and then I move on by my day. I tweet it, comment, whatever, or I just keep to myself going by my day. But today we do have to talk on that mustache a little bit, or at least I do, because for you to sit there and say that you were misinformed about Vice Kamala Harris and some of her policies before you voted for her, and you then go from her to Barack Obama saying, I believe he said that if black men are not voting for Kamala, it's because they're misogynist. You then triangulate what Barack Obama said before she got, before the election. We all know how that went. And then you took it over and said, if I had known that was said, I would not have voted for Kamala. Sir, that is the direct definition of misogyny. You are putting the actions of a man onto a woman. She didn't tell Barack to say that. If she did, he didn't say she told him. We don't know. We weren't privy there for if that conversation did happen. I doubt it did. I think Barack said what he wanted to say. And for you to take that and apply that to your vote towards Kamala was so ignorant of you, in my opinion. And then also on top of that, you stated that when Barack was in the running, you said simply because and I said, well, you'll hear me say from time to time, I do not conflate black and biracial. I believe one is one and one is the other. You a piece of black. You're not black. But you said your reason for voting for him because how do you look if this black man is running for office and there's another white man there? And to be clear, I don't think anybody should feel bad for voting just for race because truth of the matter is most white people are in power because they're white and because white people feel comfortable with them being in power because that's how it's been in America. What do you do? So I'm not going to sit there and chastise a black person. I don't think we should just be voting because somebody's a certain our same race. I do think you should know what their policies are, this, that, and the third. But if every once in a while I want to be on my Easy Ray, I'm voting for everybody black, well, this shit is what it is. I don't give a fuck. But you simply said that because Barack was, quote unquote, a black man, you voted for him. when it came to Kamala, you said, well, I thought she might be able to be swayed by the Republican Party. And, he said some other excuse. And I was like, so now you're moving the goalposts, all for in the end for you to blame Kamala for what Barack said. Is that not a misogynist? you know. And I do believe we're in a world where, I mean, you do have some people trying to progress and change their language and their ways, but people will always revert back in the end. To me, really, I've never gotten the vibe that Stephen A. Smith, just based on his past commentary, is really that progressive of a man in general. So it's not surprising for him to say that. But you were so upset at what Barack said that you were going to take your vote away from a woman, and I just think that is laughable. So, um, I'm over the ignorant shit. Yeah, yeah. You have anything to add to that, Ty?
Well, to your segment, yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, thank you. Well, you're the
Um,
one who came up with the name, so I just wanted to steer the first one. I guess I had to steer it all the way because I was like, this shit is black. It's baffling me. It's mind blowing. You literally are doing what you were so upset at the comment that was made towards your fellow brethren. You're exuding it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it was just that was a little funny to me, a little odd. A little Stephen A. Smith. That's nothing new, not surprising at all. But I just was like, nigga, you sound delayed, for lack of better term, because we can't say that word no more. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I did write a tweet about it. I guess the tweet wasn't enough. Um, so yeah, with that being said, no harm, no foul. I don't feel no types of ways, but I did have to tap in on it real quick and tug on his mustache just a little bit because what are you saying? What are you saying? Words are a thing, and they need to make sense when you're talking. Otherwise, people have questions. With that being said, let's go ahead and move into a more lighter aspect. Let's get into these story times. Um, so I am going to let you go first time.
So, my story time happened a few years ago. I was probably around the age of, let's say, I might have been 20 years
Oh.
old. And let's just say the story is just embarrassment. So it was, we're gonna say 10 o'clock at night,
Mhm.
South Carolina, very country. I was just leaving my cousin's house and my aunt was throwing down in the kitchen. Food was good, country people can cook. It was wonderful.
Mhm.
And it was getting late. I was ready to get to bed. I had a,
Real
I want
quick,
to
I
say
just want to
20 minute.
interject. Sorry, you said country people can cook. Y'all, I made the mac and cheese last Thanksgiving. I'm an adult now. Now, it went a piece of bad real quick while we talk about embarrassing, y'all. Oh my God. So real quick, I'm gonna let you get back to your story. I'm sorry. But I'm pissed off, y'all, because I used the protein pasta, not thinking that it would be a different texture once we ate it. Because we've been cooking with protein pasta for a while. And me and my family, we're trying to make, stuff here and there and health changes. So I didn't think it was gonna be a difference. But when I tell you the cheese was right, the consistency, the roux, everything was good except that protein pasta, I was mad as fuck. Oh, I was mad as fuck. But I'm gonna let you continue. I just had to get that out. But nonetheless, I
No,
was
you
put on
good.
it. And then my family, they didn't give me too much shit. They was just like, hey, next time. I was like, we'll do a redo in like 2, 3 months, child. I thought I was gonna do it for Christmas. I wasn't in the mood because I had to work. Don't you love how you work all holidays when it's supposed to be tossed around to each employee? So nice.
I'm gonna get my
Every holiday
money.
since Halloween. Love it. But nonetheless, I worked that day. Then New Year's, I had to work New Year's Eve. I didn't get off till like 1 a.m. About I was like, nah. So I'm gonna remake it one day, but I'm gonna let you get back to your story. I just had to chime in because
You know,
I've grown now.
I'm carrying the food,
hmm
the
Mac and
meal.
cheese duty ain't no joke. Mac and cheese duty ain't no joke in a black household. I said it, and I'll say it again.
The glue.
Yeah, let me let you go ahead and go. I just had to I had to say that.
So Auntie threw down. In fact,
Mhm.
I think I did have macaroni that night.
Mhm.
And, like I said, I decided it's time to go home. I got a 20-minute ride. I'm getting tired or whatever. So I leave my cousin's place. I get maybe 5 minutes down the road, and all of a sudden, my stomach starts hurting,
Mhm.
cramping up bad. I had to use the bathroom. So at this point, I'm like, I don't want to turn around because I've already, left the house. I'm going to have to turn around, use the restroom, and prolong myself even longer to go home. So I'm like, I can hold it. I can hold it. I start getting a little bead of sweat on the eyebrow. My stomach then starts turning. And so I made the conscious decision I can't do this. So I was looking for a spot to turn around. Like I said, dark country roads, no lights. And I took too long to try to find a good place to turn around. My stomach
Mhm.
then decides it has had enough. So it was probably maybe another 5 minutes at this point after I initially started feeling the cramps. So
Mhm.
I was a field was to my right, just a bunch of trees and stuff, and to my left was my old high school. So I did not want to go to the high school, of course, because it's closed this time of night, and I don't
Mhm.
know if they have any cameras on the premises.
Mhm.
So, lucky for me, I guess there was an abandoned gas station literally right down the road from the high school, and that's the only thing that there was for miles. So I pull over into the abandoned gas station and I proceeded to use the bathroom on the side of the wall. So
I almost died on this blunt. Jesus.
after I finish using the bathroom, which I'm still trying to figure out this at this point, where did it all go wrong? Because my stomach wasn't hurting. 5 minutes, before leaving my aunt's house, I go back to my truck, look in the glove compartment, and whoop-de-doo, I have no napkins.
Oh my God.
No napkins, of course, nor toilet tissue, no paper towels, no nothing to wipe my
See,
ass
I
with.
always keep that shit up in my.
And I
Yo,
usually do because, your boy likes to eat, but I
I'm
had
gonna tell you this.
nothing.
I work in food and beverage. I will never not have straws, napkins, and a piece of cutlery in my car. Ain't never. Ever since I work food and beverage, that car be stocked. The restaurant be stocked, and so will my car. I said
Well,
what
I
I
tell you,
I
my,
said.
my car's stopped now.
There we go. I'm proud you learned. So keep going on.
So I couldn't find anything to wipe my ass with, so I did the next best thing I could think of. I took my drawers off and wiped my ass with my
Oh,
drawers.
okay.
And I just left the drawers on the
Oh,
side of the building.
oh. Did it
So
abandon you?
it
Did he
was abandoned,
abandon?
yeah.
Did it not
It
have
was
a gas?
abandoned.
Did it not have a
It,
trash can outside? Like,
no, it didn't
oh,
even
okay.
have pumps out there anymore. It was that
Oh,
old.
oh, oh. This is where. Okay. Well.
So after that, I gets back in my truck and I drives the rest of the way home. Home at this tonight. My destination was my grandma's house. So I'm sitting there and my stomach start cramping just a little bit more and I feel I feel greasy. I
Oh.
know I hadn't done a good job wiping myself because all I had was
Oh.
one pair of drawers.
Oh.
And so, I'm just sitting in the seat, just being mad still because it just doesn't feel right back there.
Mm-hmm. Greasy
So
is crazy.
I get into the house and I'm like, "Hey, grandma, how you doing?" Blah 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 blah. My grandma had company over. She was baking a cake for some man, and his wife, and he was there, talking to her. He was, sitting on the couch. They was catching up, talking about whatever, whatever, whatever. So my grandma goes into the back room, and I'm walking into the house. I'm setting my stuff down and things of that nature. And, I spoke to him, waved, said, "Hey, how you doing?" And we talked for a brief second. And I told him, please excuse me because I had to finish what I started by the gas station.
You
So,
said it like that.
oh no, I didn't tell him that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So I slowly take my time and walk to the restroom, which is past where he was sitting. And I get
Oh,
into the bathroom and I, drop my pants and I sit on the toilet and I'm just thinking, what the hell went wrong? What did I eat? And I happen to look down and lo and behold, there was a
excrement.
huge stain in my pants. And not only were they pants, they were khakis.
Oh,
So this
big.
man just saw that I low key shit myself. Yeah, so I was embarrassed. I stayed in the bathroom until he left.
Uh,
So I was in the bathroom for probably another 15 minutes.
oh my God.
And I threw the khakis away because there's no coming back from that. And next time I saw him, I never spoke of it and neither did he. And I know he saw, so yeah, that was one of the more embarrassing moments in my life that I could have dealt without. So,
Gotcha,
yeah, how about
gotcha.
you?
Here we go. All
Your
right.
turn.
I also have a similar story, except for it happened. It happened. It happened. Oh my God. This is why adults is not always right. They not. They not. If you gotta go to the bathroom, I mean, should no kids be listening to this? But if your kids gotta go to the bathroom, you tell your child, if you got a child and you listening, you tell your kid to go to that goddamn bathroom. Fuck what that teacher gotta say. God damn it. It was the last day of fourth grade. We were all going to the fifth. Thank God. I'm pissed it happened, but thank God it happened the last day. So that way I ain't gonna see these bitches for summer. They forgot by then. Now I'm puffing my blunt real hard because I'm getting traumatized. And this was my favorite teacher, Miss Tankersley, but you set me up this day, girl. You set me up. So we was at recess. Because you know you have field day on the last day in elementary school, right?
Hmm.
Right? Okay. So you know. I'm playing it, everything going good and all that stuff. And I think we was gonna be out for another maybe 30 minutes or so, maybe 20 minutes. And so I asked her, could I go? And I don't know, I feel like we was a lot more lackadaisical in the days about kids and stuff and then walking out to the bathroom by themselves. Now I think we a little bit more careful. I hope we're a little bit more careful about stuff like that because there's just so much stuff going on in schools of all places. And y'all sitting here passing legislation pertaining to certain groups while certain groups like the church are touching kids and stuff, but neither here nor there. um, I think it is crazy that this lady told me, no, I can't go to the bathroom. Hold it, we're almost done. So I literally like walked off, whatever, kept playing until I could not no more. You know, like you said, the stomach start. You can think you think you the shit until your ass comes into play. Your bowels is gonna do whatever they want. You don't run shit when it comes to your bowels. So I found out the hard way because I was slowly walking as I found out that before I could even do anything, my bowels told me who was the boss, for lack of better terms. I had a less than gentlemanly moment, and I was walking around. And by the way, I was wearing white underwear. I was wearing white underwear. So when I got to that bathroom, oh my God, it. I had birthed a baby in my drawers, bitch. Oh my God. So I threw it. I disposed of it. I didn't throw it. I didn't touch it, but I did dispose of it in the commode, the gentleman's room, in the stall. However, like it was just a lot. It was a lot. And then like it went by. It was so embarrassing because people as they're coming in from the field day, like they're going to the bathroom and stuff, so people can smell stuff. And kids are so mean. This is why I will never say fuck them kids should be ruled out of like, we shouldn't say that. You should have used kids, not like that. But a good fuck them kids is right. Ty, when I tell you, them kids, them boys are walking in, boys are little assholes. Oh my God. People be so worried about girls. Boys are assholes. They was walking in, it was like, damn, what is that smell? I think one of them said should have did that at home. They was being messy. They was talking shit. And so I had to sit there and bear and grin. Oh my God. Until they left and went into their classroom. And then I don't remember if I went back to the classroom or went to the nurse to have them call my mom. Because I was like, this isn't even manageable. I can't do anything. So I ended up going home that day. And on the last day of school, I think it was the last day. Yeah, yeah, it was the last day. I cracked my pants.
Last day for you if it wasn't.
Hmm. I feel like it might not have been the last day, but it was my last day. It was if it wasn't the last, it was the second to last. And of course, after that happened, my mom was not gonna make me go back the last day. Because I definitely was like, yeah, I'll just see them next year. So yeah, what a shitty time. No pun
What a
intended.
shitty time.
No pun intended. Moving on. Let's talk about some more gentlemanly shit. What is your next story?
Let's see. My next story is my first time going to a massage parlor and how that experience went. So think of this what you will. Me personally, I can laugh about it now. I laughed then, but I laugh even more now because at first I was feeling some type of way about this. So
Question,
I
wait,
want
real
to
quick.
say,
Do you
uh
get
huh.
naked for your massages, or do you just strip down to your boxes?
Well, that was the first and only time. I have not had a massage since then. And from what I can remember, talking about what I can remember, yeah, I was instructed to take my underwear off.
Oh,
Don't know if I'll ever do that again, but yeah,
they feel good, but I leave my drawers on.
I
Oh
think
my
I'm gonna
God,
have to
that's the
do that the
story
next
time I'm gonna tell. That's the story time. Now we mention our story times, but go ahead.
time. So about 2, 3 years ago, my cousin took me to a massage parlor for the first time ever
Uh-huh.
in life. I needed one. And he had his person. I had my person. My person was a female, and everything started off good. Like I said, I was instructed to, take everything off, and I was given a towel to cover my, front area, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And, massage was going well. Got the oil. She was massaging me down, beating my back, stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
and
What happened?
I, I laid on my stomach.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, she was massaging my back. So she came to the front of me and she was still, working my shoulders and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, she started smacking my ass. Now, I'm a good 250 in weight, solid. Even now, built, sturdy, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
And so she was just smacking my ass and playing with it, and she was like, "Oh, you healthy, you real healthy, you a healthy boy." And I was just like, "Oh yeah," I was laughing because I didn't know what the fuck to say.
Uh-huh.
I said, "Yeah, yeah, I eat pretty good." And she was just like, "Ha ha ha, yeah, you real healthy." Meanwhile, the whole time just smacking my ass with
So
both hands.
is it like a smack, or is it a massage smack, or is it like
No,
a
it was
gross
a
smack?
smack. Like she was trying to beat my ass like bongos. Like,
Oh, mhm, mhm.
yeah, it was just
Okay.
like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, exactly. I didn't know this was a part of the experience, but all right. So, I was like, what the fuck? But I let it go. And, I enjoyed my massage, continued to after that. And, she told me to flip over. So I flip over and, she was massaging my legs and my feet and arms and stuff. And it felt pretty good. I had finally de escalated from the whole ass smacking situation. And I was enjoying myself just being at peace, enjoying my first ever massage. And my thoughts were cut. I heard something. So I look up at her and I said, "I'm sorry, what? What did you say?" And she says, "You want me?" And she pointed at my penis and she did the motions, up and down with her hand. And at
Oh,
that point, I freaked the hell out. I said, "No, no, 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 I don't want that." So she started laughing and she said, "Oh, you good boy. You really good. You lucky. Whoever you woman, if you lucky, she lucky. You a good boy." And she just kept saying, "You a good boy." And I just, every time she said it, was like a nail further into the coffin. I was just more and more uncomfortable.
uh-huh.
And so I was
I'm
like,
sorry for laughing at your discomfort.
"Oh no, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool." I
It's
laugh
just I
now.
can picture it. I can picture it. It's so funny. Like, my God.
That's what I
And it'd be the
said. My
accent.
God.
It'd be the accent. Oh my God.
I just, like now that I think about it, how many times have you done this? And who
I
all
mean,
wasn't
that's
a
the
good
thing.
boy?
People mention half. Oh, I'm screaming. Now all in the picture.
Because you were a little too comfortable asking me this casually, like, "Oh, how's the day going? How the sky is blue, the grass is green, there's a school across the street. Can I jack you off?" What the fuck?
hmm I've learned
Oh,
people like, and that's something I'm not gonna, not to interrupt you, but that's something I ran into. Like, people do a lot of things that I would not do at work. I found that out about people. They do a lot of things. I've had coworkers say some very like ooh, type shit to me. Um, and it's just like, oh wow. Well, points for bravery, if nothing else.
yes, the audacity.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. But yeah, back to what you were saying.
Yeah, that for the rest of the massage, I don't even know how long. It felt like forever. In all actuality, it could have lasted another 5 minutes. It was just so, I was so uncomfortable and I did not know what to do. I've never been in that type of situation. And it was just, if not anything, it was very, very unprofessional. Um,
Yeah.
so she got done with the massage. Me and my cousin got done around the same time. And Um, to add more, insult to injury, she demanded a tip. She pointed at the wall where they had tip prices, and she said tip or you pay tip or something like that. Either way, it was not negotiable. And so I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. I tipped her the lowest amount you could have tipped, and I hauled ass
Was
with my
it
cousin.
automatic? Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, I hauled ass with my cousin, and he said his experience was really well, and I told him I was low key molested.
Dang.
So, yeah, after that, I had a little bit of PTSD. Every time I would pass a woman of any Asian descent, I would kind of like, oh God.
Stripping.
think about that moment, but I worked on that and we're good now. So like I said, it's not funny, but then again, it is funny.
Yeah, I'm glad that you unpacked that trauma and was able to, yeah, you're able to laugh at it. Miss Chang was wild in that day. She was. I'm gonna
Oh,
leave it
oh,
alone.
wow. Oh.
I tried to find the least stereotypical name I could. I don't know how to feel about that because it's like, child, you be having a place like we have a place in Augusta that's called Nails for You. You know what you're doing. So it's like if you're gonna play into it too, I'm sorry. Like shoot, everybody wanna walk around and say nigga, but ain't going to be one. So I don't care. I'm getting my little jokes in. Yes, Miss Chang, and that's the best. I can say it legally. Shit. Hell, half of them think I'm Asian anyways. My God, or mixed. Let me say that. No, real talk. It didn't. I thought at first people in my area were just ignorant, but when I worked at a Chinese place, like most of them thought if I wasn't, well, I mean, of course my hair, so you can see I'm black, but they thought like they thought I had an Asian parent. Whereas to me, while I do think maybe in some people's eyes I do come off a little ambiguous, at most you would think I have a black parent and then a Blasian parent. I don't think you would think I have one and one. You know what I'm saying? But a lot
Hmm.
of them thought like my mom was Asian. I was like, no, she's not. I'm just black, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm just black, blacky black black black. But nonetheless, so I want to piggyback off of your story and talk about my first ever medical massage. Now I had, I think, a couple massages at this point. Real quick to bounce off the ass smacking thing, I did get a massage with my friend, and he's actually Asian too, so it's kind of funny. But I got a massage with him for his last day before he left. He had graduated from the army or whatever. So before he moved, we went out for massages and then went to dinner. And when we were there, like it was just a couple things I noticed. Like that lady had me hollering because at one point she jumped up on the bed. Like she's like a small 4 foot something Asian woman, and she jumped up on the bed, and I was like, this bitch coochie on my head.
Hmm. Hmm.
Her coochie on my head. Like I'm not trying. And again, I don't call women bitches, but her coochie on my head. So she jumped up like a spider monkey, and I was like, oh my god, well, this is happening. And then when she was at my butt, which I just kind of already assumed it was probably gonna happen anyways. Like I'm unfortunately, I'm so used to being fetishized about my ass. Like, if I'm getting a massage and I can, like, if the person's playful or whatever, I can kind of already tell they're going to be on that area for a little while, whatever. As long as you rubbing while listen. So she was playing around with that. I was like, okay, now she's doing a little too much now. And I was like, I'm glad I opted for us to just do underwear because we were like, we looked at each other, we was like, well, are we going to strip? And I was like, I think underwear is good. I think underwear is good. But nonetheless, so on to my story. So I think I had a couple massages. I know I at least had one in the Greenville area before I went to because I wanted to go. I ended up going to Columbia back. This is last summer, so summer of 24. This 2014 is crazy. 2024. I think it was the month of June or July. But at any rate, I ended up looking up medical, like a medical massage place. And um, before I get into that story real quick, I do want to say shout out to this doctor. I want to like if I ever go back to Greenville, I will intentionally go to him because he did look out for me. He found out that I wasn't able to do, excuse me, I wasn't able to do the cryotoning session that I had planned before I left. And for basically for people who don't know what cryotoning is, it's kind of similar in procedure to when a woman is getting the baby checked on with the wand and the gel. But what it's actually doing, even though it looks similar to that, what it's actually doing is it's a wand going around freezing up your loosened skin. So if you've had like a weight loss, a major weight loss, or if you had birth and gave, well, I was going to say had birth and gave birth to children, duh. Well, some of y'all do be fucking y'all animals. Let me stop. But at any rate, that's what I'm saying. If you know what, Ty,
Hmm.
there was one time I pulled up X videos, and while on the main page, mind you, I'm not even logged into my account. So it's not like my algorithm has this. I just want to be clear. But while on the main page, is there a video of this bitch getting her coochie ate out by a dog? Now that I'm a call, and of course you already know what she was, so let's not. But Why is that on the main page?
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, that wasn't for us by us, so.
it wasn't. It was not FUBU. So at any rate, that's what I was saying though. Nonetheless, he looked out for me. He did the cryotoning. And I do recommend people who are trying, if you are struggling with your body image, like if you have body image issues, that is something I do recommend you look into. You might not have fat. You might have loose skin, especially if you've lost weight dramatically. So I do want to kind of hammer that home. If you have cryotoning spas in your area, I go to this place in South Carolina. It's a mom that owns it, and her son helps her out. They're very good people. Like we have a nice rapport. We send each other, happy holidays, texts, and all that stuff. We're very good, and she looks out. But nonetheless, when he heard that, he did a cryotoning treatment on me for free, and his is a bit more advanced. I think he had like the I can't remember what all he did, but he had some different technology or a little more advanced technology to work with. Not to say hers isn't bad. Hers is pretty good too. Especially now she has like these things that you can wrap around instead of the wand. Because it is a little awkward sitting there while somebody's waving a wand around you and just talking to you. So it's a little better when they can just clamp stuff on and then y'all can just talk that way. But at any rate, so going back to the guy in Colombia, he was just by his accent, I would guess he was Russian. But I walk in, speak to them. I had looked them up on a Groupon. So, mind you, he gave me that, and he already gave me a Groupon. So I was like, damn, I gotta tip these people good, because you didn't give me a free treatment, or he invited me back the next day for the treatment. But the medical massage, they gave me the Groupon as well for that. I think it ended up being like 150. And when I say this man broke out the suction cups, he said, well, after he had me, oof, I am a little self-conscious, so the get naked parts are not fun. But he did want me to, take off my shirt. He wanted to see my posture, all that stuff. So when I say like it was a medical massage, it really was. But the suction stuff, I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't do it again. It took a while for those spots to disappear. Granted, I'm light skinned, so there's that. But still, I was like, and then I ain't gonna lie, the pressure, I was like, this is a little bit much. um, but I will say, well, I guess that part of it. But so once he had that, got done with the suction cups and all that stuff, he started off with the massage. And like your massage, I was instructed get naked, and this kills me every time I think about it. This man said, I said, do I need to? I think I asked him, do I need to, dress down, or do I need to keep the boxers on? Or I don't even know if I asked him. All I know is this man said, I'm going to need you to remove all of your clothes. And, yeah, no, he said it. He said, I'm going to need you to remove all of your clothes because I need to get in your pelvis. Sir, can we word this a little differently? I'm sorry. Now, one thing I'm not is insecure in my masculinity, but can we word this a little differently? I just ain't like this shit. So I'm being a little petty on that part, but I was like, oh, can we word this better? But so at any rate, I stripped down. I made a face after he said in your pelvis, and I was like, okay, whatever. So we're talking. I'm letting him know about where I work and stuff like that. I'm asking him about how long he's done this. I try to be sociable during the massage. It just makes things more comfortable. If you could tell the person is going to return that rapport. So as we're talking, he's doing the massage, and when I say this shit hurts, Ty, this shit hurts so bad. And mind you, me and you, we have personal conversations about, our trajectory and where we're at and stuff. So I have a lot of stress. Also from like standing on my feet, working in food and beverage. Like when I say my body was aching, it was tore up. It was so wound tight. My muscles were wound so damn tight. And so, at any rate, we're getting to the massage. So he started up with the suction cups. He was upper body. So he gets down to the lower body and stuff like that. And it got to a point during the massage where I was like, just leave the fucking blanket off. Because, I get, masseuses, well, some masseuses, because yours, she didn't give a fuck. But, some of them, they want to, they want to stay on the safer side of things. So I can understand, you wanting the blanket covering up the private parts and stuff. But y'all know me. I say what it. Anybody that's been rocking with me for a while time, for a long time, especially if you're watching this on YouTube, you know me. I'm gonna say what it is. My do y'all balls hang low? Yes, they do. So I was literally like in my head, like I wanted to tell him, just stop moving the blanket in the way of my crotch. Like you keep running into my balls. Jesus. As he was trying to get into my pelvis. For those who don't know where the pelvis is at, it's like that V around your V area. So you're trying to massage this with a blanket covering my balls that you keep running into. Sir, just keep the blanket off. You done seen it already now. We're already there. The damage is done. I'd rather you keep it off and then I can, spread my legs a little more. And then you can, you know what I'm saying? You can do what you need to do. And then you can put the blanket back over. Um, but long story short, it was a piece of traumatizer. I can tell he wasn't trying to traumatize me. He was probably traumatized too. Um, but yeah, we made it through and we pushed through River Vale. And what I will give him though is like I said, he looked out with the cryotonic and stuff like that after. So I was able to, you know what I'm saying, get the treatment that I didn't get to get. And I cannot wait for money to get a little bit more abundant so that way I can get back to that stuff. Because when I tell y'all, I noticed such a difference. Like my calves alone are killer, and I only had one cryotonic treatment. And for me personally, I had a major weight loss, like 30 pounds in 3 months back in 2022. And since then, like my skin it's never been able to return back to where it was at. So if you are somebody who's struggling and you see, a lot of flabby skin in the mirror, that might be something you want to look towards and look into. It's non-surgical, so it's not a surgery. It's just like a, you know, beauty procedure, if anything, by classification. So it's not surgery. There's no downtime. You literally can go do it and eat if you want. Um, if you do want to work out, I would do the workouts after, not before, because you might fight the progress with your body being heated up while you're trying to freeze the skin. But outside of that, you literally can go on about your day. So that might be something if y'all want to look into. Just want to put that out there. And the sessions are usually anywhere from $150 to $300, depending on who you go with. But nonetheless, that was my medical massage story. It hurt like shit. He kept running into my balls. I wish he would have just kept the fucking blanket uncovered for the time that he needed to massage that particular area. Um, but all in all, the massage itself, 10 out of 10, recommend. And I felt better within it hurt for the first 2 days. But after 2 days, I was like, bruh, I probably need to get one of these a month. So, and once I get stuff back in line, this month and the next month, I'm definitely gonna look into like keeping that, or making that, like an objective. And I venture everybody to look into that. Real talk. Find you the right masseuse, somebody you're comfortable with. But we are going through stressful times, and stress, it can literally kill you. So, excuse me, especially for my people who work in jobs where you're standing up for hours at a time throughout the day, and you're not able to sit down. Now, me, I'm gonna sit at work because that's just who I am. I'm gonna find a way. I don't care if I need to squat. I don't even care if I lean against something, whatever. But for those of us who can't even do that, definitely look into getting massages, especially medical massages, if you have access to those resources in your area. Um, but yeah, that is my story.
Period.
I'm screaming. Um, so on that note, y'all have been chilling with Ty Squared, and y'all make sure y'all be a good boy. Let me.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I had to do it. But
and
no,
be
we will.
healthy.
Oh God. On that note, we will catch y'all on episode 2 of Ty Square. Ty and Ty signing out.
Bye.